Brenda here with week 11 check-in, and as a reminder, I'm doing my internship with Aging and Long-Term Care Administration, doing program and policy things with a couple different programs under them. And coming up this week, I'm going to be attending another ETR committee. ETR stands for Exception to Rule, and I've been to one already. And the ETR committee is all about, assessments that staff do within the agency are kind of categorized into different levels, care levels, and that determines how much the caregiver is paid, how many hours of care they get, that type of thing. So there could be they're categorized by, say, level A, B, C, D, E, E being the highest, and then within each level they have a low, medium, and high. And those, of course, determine the rate. There's a lot of factors that go into the level. It could be, there's this big algorithm they have. It depends on what type of care, whether it's weight-bearing assistance is needed, hands-on supervision, what diagnosis they may have. So some diagnosis may, bump them up in different care categories as well. So there's a lot of different factors that make up this big algorithm. So what the ETR committee does is they review cases that are sent to them, referred to them, from staff who feel that the client doesn't fit in that category and maybe should be bumped up into a different category or have a different rate or a different amount of hours of service. So they write up, kind of their recommendations, what they feel the client needs, and how the caregiver is going to account for that. And it's sent to this committee. And the first committee meeting I went to, there were 4 of us, and it wasn't quite what I expected, because I thought they'd really scrutinize these really well, and it seemed like they'd get so many requests that they kind of really zip through them. But the group I was with this time, they seemed to be very generous in approving these ETRs. So it'll be really interesting going to another one to see if it's a different set of group and kind of how they view it. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. And let's see, other things I'm working on. One thing I recently started working on is going through a constituent complaint log and looking for any trends. Constituent complaints could be from anyone in the community on behalf of a client. Complaints can come from anywhere, including state senate representative offices, even the governor's office, and then the agency is asked to, deal with this complaint immediately. So I'm looking at their log of these complaints, because they're required to log everything, and then also the results, and just looking for trends. And then I'm getting back to one project that I started off with, but kind of put it on the wayside for a while. Now I'm coming back to it and want to kind of get it completed here real soon. I had mentioned this before. I'm working on taking a couple of chapters of a manual, condensing it down for field staff into just 1 or 2 page cheat sheets. And that's really where I'm struggling with. I have 2 chapters that I'm working on. Both are around 30 pages. And I'm really not that good with being brief or condensing things very well at all. It's not a skill I ever really learned. I kind of learned the opposite in some of the documentation and training that I had in some of my past experience. It was all about documentation and making sure you had enough information in there, so whoever was reading it would understand exactly what happened, understand how you got to that situation or whatever. Some of the information went to courts. Now, of course, courts don't want to read lots of information, pages of information, but they need enough information to, present the case. So, I guess that's my question I'm putting out there, because I don't know if there's any good tricks of the trade for condensing stuff. So far I've gotten these 30-page chapters down, to 10 pages. That's not good. Trying to do better. I think I can get another one down to, 5, but it still needs to be better than that. So, and without saying too much on the cheat sheet, refer to page 28 of the manual chapter or whatever, without doing that too much. Do you guys have any suggestions? Maybe you guys know some tricks that I never got with. How do you make documentation brief? Any help would really be appreciated because I am totally struggling with that. Anyway, I hope you guys are all doing well. Take care, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.